Guten Tag alle, Herr Wallis hier. Heute wollte ich kurz mal über das Verb werden mit euch sprechen. Today I wanted to talk with you briefly about the verb werden in German. Werden in German is a verb that can have different meanings, and it can be a source of confusion for many learners of the German language. So we're going to discuss these meanings, and I'm going to give you some examples of each, and then we're going to do some exercises involving the verb werden. So let's start with the meanings. The first possible meaning of the verb werden is will in English. It's basically used in German to form the future tense. And when it's used like this in German, it will be easy to recognize because at the end of the sentence you will have another verb, your secondary verb, in its infinitive form. So for example, ich werde mein Deutsch studieren is I will study my German, but the studieren, to study, is stuck at the end of the sentence in its infinitive form. The second possible meaning for werden is to mean become, or in the past tense, became. And in English we say he is becoming sick, but we can also say he is getting sick, just like we can say he became sick or he got sick. So in German, this is sort of easy to recognize because a lot of times it will involve an adjective, like ich werde krank, I am becoming or getting sick. The third possible meaning for werden is to form the passive mood or passive voice. In the passive voice, the object becomes the subject. So in our example here, German has become the subject, and werden means either is being if it's the present tense or was being if it's the past tense. And it's recognizable because of normally it involves the third person singular form of werden, or wird, or in the past tense wurde, and then it involves the past participle of the secondary verb, which our secondary verb in our example here is lernen, so it's gelernt. Deutsch wird gelernt, or German is being learned. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the verb werden just to make sure we've understood it. For the first meaning, when werden is used as will, there is no past tense. It's just you use the present tense conjugation, which is ich werde, du wirst, er wird, wir werden, ihr werdet, sie werden. But when it means is becoming or getting, it does have a past tense, got or became. So you're going to need to know the past tense of it. And the past tense of werden is wurde, wurdest, wurde, wurden, wurdet, und wurden. Okay, you're also going to use that when you're forming the passive voice, because you're going to have, you can form the passive voice in the past or in the present. Okay, but when you're using it for the passive voice, most of the time you're going to see the third person conjugation, either wird or wurde in the past. Okay, so now let's do some examples, and I just basically have some examples here of sentences that are using a form of werden, and I'm asking you to identify what this verb means in English, or basically what the sentence means and how you read it. So in our first example here, and if you want to try these on your own, it'd probably be a good point to stop the video and work them out, and then you can come back. Okay, but here we go with the answers. Ich werde nicht gehen. This is the future. You can tell this because gehen is stuck at the end in its infinitive form. Ich werde nicht gehen. I will not go, just like in English. Wirst du krank means are you becoming or are you getting sick? So in this example, number 2, wirst means are you getting or are you becoming? Nummer 3, was wirst du machen? Again, this is the future tense, and we can tell this because machen is at the end. And it's in its infinitive form. It's a question, but it's still the future tense. Der Hund wird gefangen. The dog is being caught. This is a passive voice, present, perfect in the passive voice. So der Hund wird gefangen, or the dog is being caught. Nummer 5, wurde alt. He became or got old. Nummer 6, das Fenster wird geöffnet. The window is being opened. Again, we have a past participle, the verb öffnen. We pass the past participle geöffnet, and is being here. Wurde das Buch gelesen? This is also the passive, in the form of a question in the past tense or past perfect. And I would translate this as, was the book being read? Okay. Wir wurden müde. We are we are becoming, or we became, or we got tired. That's really what it should be, past tense. So we became or we got tired. Und dann Nummer 9, der Mann wird langsamer. Langsamer here is an adjective. So the man is becoming or getting slower. Der Hund wird nach Hause gehen. The dog will go home. This is future. You can tell because gehen's at the end. Let's do a few more examples. Again, if you want to try them on your own, stop the video. When you're ready to hear the answers, press play. Nummer 11, das Haus wird gebaut. Again, present it's rather the passive voice. The house is being built. Wo wirst du fahren? Where will you drive? This is the future. Der Computer wird schneller. The computer is getting or becoming faster. Ich wurde zu arm. I became or got too poor. Die Tür wurde geschlossen. The door was being closed. Passive voice. Der Lehrer wird studieren. The teacher will study. Future. Herr Wallace wurde ruhig. Mr. Wallace became or got quiet. Wirst du mir das Geld geben? This is a future tense. Will you give me the money? Und wir werden nie aufgeben. We will never give up. Ja, wir werden nie aufgeben, Deutsch zu lernen. We will never give up to learn German. Ich werde beobachtet. And this is kind of a use of the passive, but unusual in the sense that it's using the first person singular werde. This means I am being becoming I am being observed. So, das war's und ich hoffe, dass das alles ein bisschen geholfen hat, um das Verb werden besser zu verstehen. So, vielen Dank für das Zuschauen und Zuhören. Auf Wiedersehen.